What is up, guys? PK here, and in today's video, Vermintide related things. That's right, you heard me right. What is up, guys? PK here, and you heard me right. In today's video, top 10 uninteresting New World crafting tips. I'm just kidding. In today's video, we're gonna be talking about Vermintide. Good old-fashioned Vermintide 2, specifically. Now, first of all, we're gonna be going through the community survey that they have released. I'm not sure when this was released, but essentially, we're gonna take a look at it, go all the way through it, and talk about whatever there is to talk about in that instance. Now, it's no lie that I've not been making as many Vermintide videos recently as you guys would have liked me to, and as I myself would have liked to. But the thing is, as a hopefully creative person, I can't just make videos for the sake of making videos. I need stuff to talk about. Otherwise, I just don't feel inspired. And so, as soon as new stuff happens, I'm right there, okay? I'm right there with you. Trust me, I love Vermintide more than most, I would say. So, again, as soon as there's a new class, we're jumping right back in. And Darktide, making a video about Darktide very, very soon. So there's a bunch of stuff I want to talk about related to that as well. But today, first things first, before we get to the survey, very important thing, guys. I don't know if you guys knew about this, but in case you didn't, guess. Okay, are you ready? This is gonna blow your mind, okay? I don't know if you're prepared for this, so you might want to just, calm your titties, right? Okay? Are you ready? Did you guys see that? Did you see what he did? He did the thing. He put the pistol. This might have been here for a while, but bitch, I just noticed last night, okay? I have, as you probably know, I haven't been playing for a while, but look at this. This is so fucking amazing, okay? It's just so fucking amazing. Like, I don't know who came up with this idea at Fatshark Studios, but they deserve a goddamn medal. A goddamn golden iron cross of lords, okay? A goddamn perfect purple, black, golden heart of medallions or something. Like, this might seem like a small, trivial thing, okay? But here's the thing, okay? It's a lot about gaming. It's the small things. It's the small things you notice, right? It's the small things that occupy your time in between whatever it is you're doing, right? And this is one of those things that just allow you to feel awesome while you're playing. Like, it is one of those little pointless but yet super important detail that just makes the game feel awesome. Yeah, it makes you feel awesome, right? Now, you essentially just use the weapon special, and you can spin your pistol as such. There's a few different attack techniques you can use. First, you can use the classic, right? That's where you're simply shooting, spinning, shooting, spinning, shooting, spinning, shooting, if you could hit something, spinning, shooting, spinning, right? Very simple, very straightforward, right? But then, of course, you also have the one where you're aiming, and you go spinning, boom, spinning, spinning, right? But the thing about that one is that you're constantly going to be shooting with the same pistol, right? So if you're aiming and you go, ooh, spinning, 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 right? You see? Then you're constantly spinning the same pistol. Which is why I suggest to you guys the superior way of pistol spinning, okay? So guys, really, if you want to maximize your awesomeness, here's what you're gonna do. You gotta go pew pew spin, 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 pew pew spin. You see what I mean? Of course, there's also the ultra competitive simply button smashing, right? Where you can just fire off with the same actual pistol and just go crazy, like pew 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 pew, right? But that's not as awesome, right? So really, what you want to be doing is really, I think it's definitive, guys. You want to go pew pew spin, pew pew spin, pew pew spin, pew pew spin, pew pew spin. So whoever implemented this at Fatshark, you deserve a goddamn motherfucking medal, okay? I'm just gonna say, you deserve a goddamn Employee of the Month award. I love it, okay? It seems so simple, yet muy importante. But with that said, let's move on. So guys, what you see before you is, of course, the retrospective community survey. Very important, okay? Very important. The 2021 retrospective community survey. Now, of course, have brought my trusty dagger here. And so today we are going to be taking this test, this feedback test. Now, let's see what they've got for us. First question, player information. How many hours have you played Warhammer Vermintide 2 so far? Less than 1 hour, 1 to 10 hours, 10 to 25 hours, 25 to 99 hours, 100 plus hours, unsure. Guys, we have a problem. Guys, I think we have a problem here. Guys, did they just discriminate against me? Where's the plus 1,000? Where's the plus 5,000? That's what I'm. I feel marginalized here. Okay. I'm in the minority of plus 5,000 hours played in Vermintide, and I don't even get my own category. I feel hurt, man. I feel hurt. Plus 100 hours. Let's go. When was the last time you played Vermintide 2? Just now. But we'll say today. Okay, next question. What is the main platform on which you play Vermintide 2? PC. Master Race. What difficulty do you normally play in the live realm? Where's my onslaught? Oh yeah, live realm. Of course. Live realm. Of course. Cataclysm, also legend, but it varies a bit depending on what I feel like. But we'll go with Cataclysm. Let's see. What game genres do you enjoy playing? Choose all that apply. Like co-op games. Like real-time strategy games. Definitely like shooters. I definitely like MOBAs. I definitely like RPGs. Simulation and sports. I wouldn't say I dislike them necessarily, but also not my primary sort of driver. Puzzlers and party games. Again, nothing against them. From time to time I'll play one, right? But I'd say mostly they're not in sort of the sphere of what I would play on a day-to-day basis, so we're gonna skip that as well. Action adventure, definitely. Survival and horror, definitely. Platformer. Actually, this might be embarrassing. I'm actually not sure what a platformer is specifically referring to here. Hold on. Ah, two-dimensional. I see. Not anymore. Played a lot of that when I was in school. In the middle of class. Anyways, I think, yeah, that's about accurate. Chaos Waste expansion. What do you like the most about the Chaos Waste game mode? Do not factor in grudge mod. Okay. The run experience, challenge chests, definitely. Visual design and lore. Definitely the visual design. I'm not much of a... Oh, this is gonna be hard. Difficulty, boons and traits. Chance to create new build. Oh, this is hard. We can only pick one here. I mean, I really like the concept of challenge chests, but the new maps are also... The boons and the traits are probably the most fun aspect, right? Or am I crazy here? I think I'm gonna go with the boons and traits, because I am a mechanics person, but there's definitely several things here that we could have selected. What do you believe needs improvement with the Chaos Waste game mode? Do not factor in grudge mods. I think it's just me. I'm getting the sense here that the community has had a grudge against the grudge marks. I'm just thinking out loud here, okay? Let's see. Okay, what do I think needs improvements? The chance to create new builds, actually. Oddly enough, considering I picked boons and traits, like I really wish that there were like heroic modes, right? So you could like finish a Chaos Waste game, and then now you could queue a heroic one, or whatever you want to call it, right? And essentially that was maybe a Cataclysm 2 run, where you got to pick a single boon from your previous run that you got to keep for the next run. So you could actually feel like you had some sort of progression where you actually got to select more generally what your build should entail. Of course, that would also require higher difficulty, so on and so forth, blah, blah, blah. But essentially, I feel I really wish that there was more long-term sort of where I actually felt like I had the opportunity to really build something. But that's just me. What do you think needs more? Not the challenge chest. I mean, the maps are good. The boon, either the boons or trait. Now, I think I'm gonna go with the chance to create new builds. Actually, next, grudge marks. What do you like the most about the new grudge marked bosses? Multiple grudge marks. Yeah, the ability to fight bosses with multiple grudge marks. Creation of strategy against specific marks. The type and variety. I mean, there are several here that I think applies here. Ability to fight bosses with multiple grudge marks, which then in of itself requires sort of strategy against the specific marks, which also increases the challenge/difficulty, which is in part because of the type and variety of the grudge marks, right? So these four, I feel like, in a sense, these four all play together, if that makes sense. But we're gonna go with the ability to fight bosses with multiple grudge marks, because that is always interesting. Let's see. What do you believe needs more improvement with the grudge mark bosses? I think we all know. Illusionist. But they've already, to be fair, they've already addressed that, so we all know that the Illusionist is gonna get a nerf/rework. So although it can definitely be a lot of fun from time to time, although admittedly I'll be the first to say it can get a little bit out of hand from time to time, just a little bit out of hand, when you get the wrong combination and you're like, what the fuck am I supposed to do here? Like, every time, like the moment I figure out which one it is, then it just creates 4 new spawns, and it can get really, really interesting. But, what do you believe needs improvement? Nothing. It's perfect. Let's see here. I mean, the creation of strategy against specific marks needs improvement. That makes no sense. But I'm gonna give them a pass here and say, I guess the challenge, no, because it's not necessarily the difficulty, it's the manner in which the difficulty is there. Again, I never mind high difficulty, it's the manner in which it is implemented, right? So again, in a manner, like, the best thing I can compare is to say the difference between playing Deathwish Onslaught and playing high tier weaves, right? Whereas one is just a scaling of health and damage, right? So it doesn't feel natural, right? The difficulty isn't sort of mechanic bound. It isn't in the spawns. It's just inherent in boop dead, right? And that's not fun in the same way. Whereas in Deathwish Onslaught, you have sort of a more natural difficulty built in to the mechanics with more spawns, more specials, more variety, less sort of time to rest on your laurels, so on and so forth. And so in that manner, I feel like the challenge/difficulty, again, of the illusion thing specifically, needs a little bit of a rework for most players. It would be nice with a bit of a balance for the Illusionist. Obviously, I don't need that, because obviously I have never ever died to an Illusionist spawn ever before in my life. Fact, okay? Confirmed fact. I have never died. I don't even know what death is, okay? In Vermintide. I don't even know what death is. I don't even know what it's like to be dead, okay? Like, what even is? What's it even like to be resurrected? I don't know. I wouldn't know. I never died before. Anyways, let's move on. What is your most favorite grudge mark? Well, this one is hard. This one's hard. Okay. This one is hard, actually. Because in a sense, I think it is Illusionist. Like, because it just creates such chaos, right? In a way that the other marks just don't, right? And then when I feel like it's the one that, when combined with other things, turns out to be the worst, right? Where you're like, for fuck's sake. I really like the idea behind the Illusionist, so I think it is probably my favorite. I absolutely hate the one where you can't deal any range damage. Oh my god, I hate that one. That's so annoying. Especially when you're playing particular classes, like the Huntsman, right? When you're on the Huntsman and it doesn't take any range damage, and you're like, bitch, how the fuck am I supposed to help? What do you want me to do here? And crippling is not by any means the worst, but on Stormfiends with Illusionist, so annoying. So many interesting combinations, right? You could go on and on about like Vampiric, Rampart, Invincible, many good combos, but we don't have all day. So let's go down here and say, what is your least favorite grudge mark? Illusionist. Okay, you might be, no, hold on. No, I'm just kidding. What is my least favorite? Let's actually try to help here. What's my least favorite? I mean, regenerating is boring. So in a sense, I would say regenerating. But also there are some of these that could use a bit more work, but I think regenerating, it's just because it's just regenerating, right? It's like, Oh, it's regenerating. It's kind of boring, right? It's one of those where you're like, who cares? Because as long as we clear everything out, then it's not really a problem most of the time. But also Relentless is just, and Rampart, it's just, they're so annoying, right? But they're but also in a sense like them, right? Because they do force you to play differently. I don't know. What do you most like about Sister of the Thorn DLC? Guys. Might find this hard to believe, but the fact that she's OP as fuck and she's an elf. I'm filthy elf male. Guilty, okay? Guilty as charged, filthy elf male. What do you like most about the Sister of the Thorn DLC? Probably her career skill. Like, her career skill, so much fun, especially when you double cast it. The choice of new career is always nice. New weapons, obviously, a lot of fun. I do wish, though, hear me out here, okay? I feel like this is an absolute must to be added into the game, okay? I had the greatest idea, okay? Perhaps the single greatest idea in the history of ideas, okay? Hear me out, okay? So you have the Sister of the Thorn staff, right? You know how the right click picks people up, right? So it's like, hooah, you are now disabled, right? I think it would be amazing, okay? If you could then recast it, right? Throwing a minion in a direction, right? Think about it. It doesn't have to be OP, right? Just imagine the cost, right? It's already really expensive to lift off the minion, and let's just say that using the cast depletes all. So even if you have full, you can pick one up, throw it once, right? That's all of your overcharge, or whatever you want to call it, right? That's all of it, right? That's not too OP in my opinion. I just genuinely don't think that would be too broken, but it would be funny as hell, okay? If you can lift them up, you can throw them away, okay? That would just feel so amazing. Like, that's all I've been wanting to do ever since I used that staff is like, up, and then I'm like, why do you have to stay there? Can't I just throw you off a cliff or into a wall? You don't have to die from me throwing you into the wall. Obviously the cliff will kill it, but I don't care. I just want to be able to force grab you and boo! I think it's a great idea. Anyways, where were we? Oh yeah, Sister of the Thorn DLC. I think probably career skill. Yeah, gonna go with that. What do you believe needs most improvement with the Sister of the Thorn DLC? New weapons. Pew pew. No, okay. We're gonna be serious here. Okay, we're gonna be serious. I actually really like her. I don't think there's that much that needs to be reworked. I think new weapons. I'm actually gonna go with that. I don't know if I'm gonna have a chance to elaborate here, but what do you like the most about the Warrior Priest of Sigma? New weapons. Definitely new weapons. I feel like he really had some interesting new weapons. So yeah, new weapons. Not much more to say there. What do you think needs the most improvement? His career skill. So his career skill, it's not that I dislike it, but it also doesn't have the most... it doesn't feel rewarding. Like, it's very important with game mechanics that when you use them, and particularly when we're playing a game where we only have one career ability, right? On any given class, we only have one career ability. So it's very important that that ability feels mechanically satisfying to an extent, right? Like, just think about the Waystalker, right? Pew! Like, you know, the instant feeling of satisfaction when you aim it and those arrows just go and collect right into the head of a Chaos Warrior or a Special. Just think about the feeling of the double sword of the Grail Knight going, right? It feels really satisfying. And granted, with the sort of mechanic of choosing here a supportive ability, that is going to be hard, but they've done it before, right? Just think of the Ranger Veteran. That's a supportive ability to an extent, right? In a lot of ways. Not necessarily, but you get what I'm talking about, right? You understand what I mean. Or you could go with the Mercenary. That's another one, right? Where it has the stagger power. It still has that feeling of, right? And sort of an immediate effect that you can feel in the game. And so I feel like that's what the ability is missing. I'm not sure how they should implement that, but I feel like it felt a bit hollow to use. That's probably the best I can put it. And so yeah. Geheimschnacht. Wait, I thought it was in German. Wait. The Geheimschnacht? Geheimschnacht, right? Geheimnisnacht event. Hold on.
Geheimnisnacht.
Yeah, exactly. Geheimnisnacht event. What do you like the most about the Geheimnisnacht event? I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I think I missed that. Oh no, wait, never mind. It's the one with yeah. Got it. Never mind. I didn't miss it. Ha! Never missed an event before in my life. The look and the feel of the event, I really liked. So the limited time nature of the event. No, not the limited thing. Optional skull difficulty modifier. Yeah, exactly. I'm assuming this is the event, right? Where they had all those like monks in like a big diabolical circle, and then you you could activate this thing that sort of upped the difficulty and made everyone's eyes glow like the rats. That was so cool. Really liked that event. Feel like it should. A part of me feels like it should be a permanent thing. Like it should be something you could just choose to have on to some extent. Because it was a lot of fun, and I really liked the idea of freedom in that you can go and you can do this thing that ups the difficulty a notch, right? What do you believe needs improvement about the Geheimnisnacht event, the limited time nature of the event? Yes. Looking back, what is your most favorite from the following updates of 2021? Chaos Waste expansion, Grudge Marks update, Sister of the Thorn, Warrior Priest of Sigmar, or the Geheimnisnacht event? The Geheimnisnacht. The Geheimnisnacht? I have no idea if I'm saying that right. The Geheimnisnacht. Geheimnisnacht. But you have a bit of Geheimnisnacht behind you, right there on your face. Anyways, I feel like it's a bit of a cop-out answer, right? But if I'm perfectly honest, I really like Sister of the Thorn because it was the elf class, right? And I'm a filthy elf main, but when that's said, I would feel better about Chaos Waste expansion as a whole, because that was sort of the first really successful big DLC with a new game mode that people actually enjoy and still play now, right? So I think the Chaos Waste expansion was crucial for the game, but also Sister of the Thorn. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have to do it, man. What is your least favorite from the following updates of 2021? I'm sorry. I really want to love the Warrior Priest of Sigmar. He has so many good elements. Okay. Here's how I view it. Okay, I think the Warrior Priest of Sigmar, right? It's like 95% good, but then there's his career ability. Right? And the problem is when you have a boring career ability, the rest of the character falls. Yeah, I don't know how else to put it. Again, I absolutely love the effect of like charging up your fury thing, and so you go into this little fury mode where your weapons are glowing. I love that. I love the new weapons. I love his visuals. I think literally the only issue is his career ability, but his career ability is just not that satisfying, and I feel like the whole character drops when they don't have a satisfying career ability, right? Like think of Engineer, right? Engineer is a perfect example of a character that actually had an absolutely horrendous career ability when it came to viability, right? It's kind of different because now we have Chaos Waste where his career ability shines a lot more than it does in the normal game. But as far as Cataclysm games and the normal game when he came out, his career ability absolutely horrendous. It was a death trap. It was like, do you want to die? Press F, right? That's essentially, like, I'm not over exaggerating here. It's literally, it was a liability to use his ultimate, right? But people still did it. Why? Because it's incredibly satisfying to use. I think we can all agree that using his career ability and just going with a minigun, right? That's incredibly satisfying, right? Who doesn't want to do that? Everyone wants to do that, myself included, right? So for that reason, people still played him and used it, even if it wasn't that strong, right? So it's all about the satisfaction that you have in the mechanic, and I felt like he was lacking that. Your response has been recorded. You're welcome. There we go. That was it. That was the community survey. But wait, there's more. We have now taken the survey. There's one other thing that I want to talk about on a serious note here. UI tweaks. Now, this mod has been one of the reasons I've struggled to enjoy the game in the recent past. One of the things that made it even harder for me to really come back into the game, right? And don't get me wrong, I still love the game, and I've been playing it for the past few days and really been enjoying it, been missing it, right? But I'm still left with a feeling of, where's my UI tweaks? And I know I'm not alone. How do I know that? Let's see what people say under the UI tweaks mod. Now, for those of you that don't know, I've made probably like 8 videos on the UI tweaks mod about like different custom setups that I made, that I spent hours on. And essentially, the whole idea, once you've gotten used to this mod, gotten used to having the information you need where you need it visually, then it's incredibly hard to go back when you've been playing with it for so long, right? And I found myself dying on several occasions, not realizing, oh wait, I have a buff I can see down in the bottom left corner, right? That's the completely oblivious. It sounds crazy, right? But I was like, oh yeah, of course. Oh yeah, I forgot. I have buffs down there, right? And I really miss having this mod, right? And so I went in here to look at some comments and decided to feature them here simply because they were absolutely heartbreaking, some of them. It's not Fatshark's fault. The mod creates huge log files, tens of gigabytes, because of an error keeps popping up. And so the log files are created even if logging is disabled. There's a fix that was created by someone else, but the mod creator hasn't incorporated it yet. Fatshark can't approve a mod that silently fills up your hard drive in the background. I hope Prop Joe comes around to fix the mod so it can get reapproved. Please, Prop Joe. Please, Prop Joe. Everyone, please, because let's keep going. Email Fatshark about it. I'm in the same boat as Lone Strider, as I haven't played since this has been depreciated, became too spoiled by it. The ability to manipulate every UI element and move it to where my eyes decide the information to be without losing enemy placement. Information was too much of a factor in my enjoyment of the game itself. Playing without it feels like a truly inferior experience. I agree. Looks like my time with Vermintide 2 is done, since Fatshark broke the mod, and it isn't getting reapproved anytime. RIP. Approve, please. Fatshark, please reapprove. Buff Manager alone makes this mod the best. Goodbye, Fatshark. Approve, please. Come on, Fatshark, approve. I just realized that the mod is not working. Come on, Fatshark, be so kind and approve it ASAP. It's essential mod for some buff proc related builds we love. Next page. I'm so mad about it right now. I'm with Vastor. The work has been done. Why waste it? Why won't you stop trying to kill your game, Fatshark? Do we really love it more than you do? If the problem is really due to bloated logs, blah blah blah, that it's not an issue. Pain without love, pain can't get enough. And so a bunch of people saying that they don't have the issue that a lot of people that was referenced in the beginning. But right, some of these comments were just like, Fatshark, bless this Ravage mod. Why the fuck does Fatshark not allow this mod on official realm? In a modded realm it doesn't cause errors or crashes, which I can confirm. RIP UI tweaks 2018-2021. Thanks, Fatshark. Right? I don't know if Fatshark have seen this, but there's actually like the amount of people, when I read this, the amount of people that were like, I can't play the game without this mod, was quite astounding. And I halfway found myself in that same category. And I don't know if this is about, like, again, I'm not a modder, as in I don't code mods. So I don't know if this is on Prop Joe and Raindish, or if it's on Fatshark, or if it's on a combination of both. But guys, if any of you hear my plea, okay? From me, from the whole Vermintide community, please man, we need this mod, okay? Please. We all, if you bring back this mod, okay? I make more Vermintide video, okay? This is promise, okay? This is promise. Anyways, that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I love you guys. Stay awesome. Peace out. God, I love Vermintide.